Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu GENSHIN IMPACT. Diesmal wieder ohne mich. Oh, Quatsch, umgekehrt, ohne Eike. Ich bin ja da. Bye. Muss mal online mal nachschauen, was das eigentlich mit der Tavid-Alphabet ist. Da gibt es doch bestimmt eine Seite für. Naja, auf zur Le Shorts Werkstatt, um zu ermitteln, wer der Killer ist, der hier die Story, beziehungsweise die Art der Morde in die zwei Musketiere nachstellt.
Welcome to LeChaux's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Sag das 10-mal hintereinander.
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Ist da eigentlich ein ziemlich großer Unterschied dazwischen?
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Wobei eine Uhrwerkpistole, das wäre zumindest mal interessant.
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ups.
It's the least I can do.
Ist ja schon wieder sie abgeschnitten. Ah. Na gut, einmal ist ja noch okay. Noch was zu erzählen? Nein? Okay. Ja gut, mit Uhrenhandwerk, das war jetzt vielleicht ein bisschen weit hergeholt. Ich wäre jetzt eher zu den Schmied gegangen. Ich hätte da nach Teilen gefragt, die jemand besorgt hat. Wie zum Beispiel, was braucht man denn zum Beispiel für eine Waffe? Abzug? Ein Abzug, ein Lauf? Ein Halter? Ein Schlagbolzen? Und was war noch? Ja, und natürlich Munition und Treibmittel, beziehungsweise Schießpulver. Das war es bei den alten Waffen so. Da war ja noch einfach nur das Zeug rein, das Treibmittel Schießpulver einfüllen, vorne kommt die Kugel rein und dann Schuss und dann schießt raus und trifft vielleicht.
Oh, hey, Chevres. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Oh, is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontanalia Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh? Why's that?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
Tja, sollte sie mal ins Filmbusiness einsteigen.
Then has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Well, I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Cendre. I don't typically give them to one specific person.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go off yet.
Wie ich sehe, bearbeitet was ist los mit mir? Wie es scheint, arbeitet Hoyo jetzt mit ein bisschen mehr ausgefallenen Szenenwechseln und allen.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, let's head to Fleuve Cendre next.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
You think so, huh? Then I guess you don't know.
Huh? Know what?
That I grew up in Fleuve Cendre.
Dun dun dun. Dann auch zu Fleuve Cendre. Wo war das denn nochmal? Ach, unterirdisch. Ach so. Das Final Fantasy VII Versteck. Untergrundwelt. Ah, 3 verschiedene Punkte. Mal sehen, was ist näher? 50, 60, 50. Jo, okay, das ist jetzt kein großer Unterschied.
Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anybody.
Ich weiß von nichts und ich sehe auch nichts.
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the Special Patrol bribing a citizen?
Was in der Untergrund passiert, das bleibt im Untergrund.
Seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Fleuve Cendre lately? Anything at all?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud that it's been waking me up.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere, it's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely happened after I fell asleep.
Do you know where the noises were coming from?
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that you don't remember, or that you need to think about it some more?
You tell me.
Hier, ein paar Nachdenker-Anreize. Klimper, klimper.
Then please, think about it some more.
Hast du mal ein bisschen was zum Pumpen?
She's giving her even more Mora.
Ich habe nichts gesehen. Fruchtgummi, genau.
The noises came from the end of the southern waterway. I came out and had a look for myself when I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare get too close. That's all I know.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the pâte de fruits.
Sie hält sogar, sie macht sogar mit dabei.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk.
Ja, gibt noch ein bisschen Fruchtgummi. Besonders das Wertvolle.
My apologies, I'm all out of sweets. Though I do have some other tempting snacks in my custody. Fries, fried chicken, and even onion rings.
Ich glaube, sie meint richtiges Essen.
But taking care of junk food is my responsibility. You're better off sticking to your normal, nutritious diet.
Wow, okay, das ist eine Spezialfähigkeit, die könnte ich auch mal gebrauchen.
Now then, let's keep going.
Ich kann fliegen, ich kann Eis aus meinen Händen machen, ich kann Fastfood erscheinen lassen. Auch wenn es in dem Fall britisches Fastfood ist. Ne, Fisch und Chips und das alles. Schön fettig, in einer alten Zeitung eingerollt.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson. I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
Wenn du mir nicht hilfst, dann werde ich mal mit den Verantwortlichen hier reden und mal die Prohibition einführen. Da gibt es doch weniger was für dich zu tun.
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
Ich dachte, außer den Leuten, die hier zur Sicherheit gehören, hat hier keiner Musketen. Oder beziehungsweise Pistolen in dem Fall.
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
Oder hat die Waffe an sich genommen, studiert, nachgebaut und dann wieder zurückgelegt.
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Fleuve Cendre, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
So, who was the one who lost the gun in the first place?
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Shovris. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
Gesichter wie dich können wir hier nicht besonders gut leiden.
I'll come and go as I please, and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Vielleicht sollte sie auch nicht in ihrer Uniform hier rumlaufen. Das wäre vielleicht auch ganz hilfreich. Aber wie schon gesagt, Genshin-Charaktere haben ja nur ein Outfit im Schrank. Obwohl, wenn ich mich jetzt hier interpretiere, dann bin ich ja wieder oben. Quatsch. So. Ein paar Meter gespart. Ja, ja. Ich bin nicht so gut zu Fuß. Hey, was ist das da? Ah, stimmt, kleinen Kram. Können wir später noch mitnehmen.
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon.
Liquor? Ist das überhaupt erlaubt? Ich meine, sie mussten ja sogar den Dandelion-Wein zu... Obwohl, Löwenzahnschnaps ist ja auch was anderes.
Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up, these are obviously marks from musket bullets. In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Das macht Sinn.
Could it have been the killer?
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendres own guns, few hide the fact from others. And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots.
Vielleicht hätte er das nicht gerade in der Kanalisation machen sollen, wo alles schön halt und so weiter. Und dann noch hier, wo die Leute um die Ecke stehen sollen, leer. Was weiß ich, draußen viel eher, nicht wahr?
Anyway, let's go. There might be more to this. Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the surface.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back.
Genau das, was ich vermutet habe.
In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket, and took it to the Fleuve Cendres for target practice. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body, just like the scene in the novel.
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
Ja, dann müssen wir uns fragen, wer war eigentlich der Gestorbene?
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendres. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man. Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies. He was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead, much less care to leave a rose on his body. What message is the killer trying to convey, and to whom exactly?
Der Romanautor? Ach so, sowas gab es doch auch schon mal in Film und Fernsehen. Siehe zum Beispiel Tenebrae von Argento.
We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then. In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
Then, what should we do now? We have all this new information, but it doesn't help us move forward.
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film. I'm sure—
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Da war der Finger ein bisschen zu schnell.
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say then?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
Ja, oder ein Felsen. Und damit hätten wir schon das zweite Kapitel abgeschlossen. Das ging aber schnell. Warte bis 8 bis 10. Moment, das ist hier schon der geheime Dialog? Ah, okay, müssen wir nicht lange suchen.
What? Never thought that the captain of the Security and Surveillance Patrol could come from the Fleuve Sandra?
Naja, jeder fängt mal klein an. Ehrlich gesagt bin ich ziemlich schockiert. Bis in meine Tiefen.
Honestly, I'm pretty shocked too. There used to be a time when I thought I would never be able to join the guards. But as long as you can distinguish yourself through your accomplishments and skills, you'll eventually be recognized for your worth. If you look at it another way, my life at Fleuve Sandra has actually taught me a lot of valuable skills. Skills like how to barter with criminals or how to think in their shoes. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you could keep this a secret between us.
Ja, du musst erst mit den Wölfen heulen, um zu verstehen, wie die Wölfe heulen.
What? Never thought that the captain of the Security and Surveillance Patrol could come from the Fleuve Sandra?
Das haben wir bereits geklärt. Das war bestimmt nicht leicht.
You mean rising through the ranks? It was a struggle, for sure. But as long as you can distinguish yourself through your accomplishments and skills, you'll eventually be recognized for your worth. If you look at it another way, my life at Fleuve Sandra has actually taught me a lot of valuable skills. Skills like how to barter with criminals or how to think in their shoes. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you could keep this a secret between us.
Natürlich, ja, ja. Da hätte man die Kameraperspektive vielleicht noch ein bisschen ändern können. Ups. Ich kaufe wahrscheinlich in denselben Laden ein, in den auch Ganyu eine Strumpfhose kauft. Und man sieht, wenn man jetzt so hinschaut, ich meine, da sieht man wirklich schon, ne? Oder? Ich meine, sofern Leute, die das gespielt haben, da sieht man doch wirklich Seele und ein bisschen Ember mit rein. Vom Outfit her, oder? Das wird es auch von Aussehen. Naja, gut. Okay. Damit hätten wir dann also das zweite Kapitel auch schon abgeschlossen. Dann sehen wir uns dann in den nächsten und schauen wir dann, wie es mit den... Schauen wir dann, wie sich das mit den Filmen und diesem Mordfall, wie sich das am Ende auflöst. Moment, er ist der Killer. Jemand, der bei den Filmen mitarbeitet. Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 da.